Hey, get in here. Dallas is about to start.
Welcome to the Ewing Barbecue, where we talk about Dallas and other things like aardvarks. My name is Mary.
Straight from Tornado Con, this is Josh here. I'll tell you that story soon.
I am Brad, the chili baby pediatrician. If you or someone you know is giving your young child too much chili, please give me a call at 1-800.
You get something sick for no reason.
Gas from your ass.
I'm Melanie, and this is a Biscoff cookie. Hello.
Oh.
Well, hello, Melanie and Biscoff Cookie.
Yes, highly recommend.
Good evening.
All right. Oh, do I have... You know what?
We are recording the night before the anniversary of 9/11.
We are.
Thank you for joining us in the Twitch room. We are live on Twitch. Amy, Carrie.
Yes.
That's all I see right now, but sometimes we get some
Amy,
others.
it's good to see you again.
Yeah. Carrie,
It's good
Lucas.
to see Amy again. I saw her last weekend.
I would like to thank our Patreon members.
Amy is Lucas.
Brendan Phillick, Captain America, Carrie Carver, Amy Hara, Rob Summers, Eric Christensen, Dr. Cindy Corliss, Jennifer Blake, Richard Lundberg, Marie Johnson, Corey Springhorn, Michael Ewing, Jason Carter, Jennifer Indelicato, Laura Bernheim, Carl Reinsch, Anita Wren, and Kristen Carlano.
Paging Dr. Incognito.
I think it's great how we've met.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. We have met about half of those people. Maybe Mary knows more of them because they're your private.
I do know more of them because
friends.
some of them are my friends.
Not even
who
Dallas fans.
Do not have never watched Dallas and are just.
But it's great that we've
really
met so many
nice
of them. And if we haven't met you, why not?
Why not?
We met you. And then
Come
you joined
join
us.
us somewhere.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah.
I just jumped
And
on
I'm
the
so
wagon.
glad.
Jumped on the wagon.
Yes.
Better than
I like the
falling
missing
off the
piece.
wagon, as Sue Ellen has done many times.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Oh.
Do we have any housekeeping? before we get started?
Housekeeping? No housekeeping. No. Let's see. Last weekend of September, where they have Fanboy Expo in Orlando. So they're going to have Cherie, Jay Wilson, Patrick, Linda, Charlene, and Steve down there. And at Chiller this year, it's going to get a little interesting. We have Donna Mills will be there, who was at South Fork Experience, along with Cherie will be there. She's working her way around the country here. But Andrew Stevens is going to be there with Morgan Fairchild and Kristen #1, Colleen Camp. And Greg Evigan will be there as well.
Nice.
Drove that wonderful shag van.
Uh-huh. And then a big truck.
I mentioned 90s Con, and jumping ahead to March, Patrick Duffy and Sasha Mitchell will be there from Step by Step. And I'm hearing rumors that the Omri Katz will be there as well for Hocus Pocus, but that's not official yet. So that's that. Very interesting, though. I was at TerrorCon in Massachusetts this past weekend with Omri Katz, and there was a guy from Predator there named Richard Chavis, I believe, and he was talking to him. Turns out he was one of the crew that was helping with the search for Jock in that episode when they were looking for Jock's body in South America.
Interesting.
So he had some stories about being on set with Larry. And
Interesting.
we talked about Morgan Woodward and his classic wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
I've realized that I want to put together all of us having our evolving top 5 characters, because I've realized mine are changing as I'm rewatching the series as an adult. And number 2 for me right now is Punk Anderson.
Punk Anderson was classic.
I'm loving
but
him.
the fun came on Saturday when we had a tornado warning in Massachusetts, where a tornado touched down 2 miles away, and there were actually 5 tornadoes in the area. We all had to move the TerrorCon to the basement for about 45 minutes away from the windows. And do you know the heavy metal group Gwar?
Mm-hmm.
They wear those.
Yeah.
Guar? Yeah.
Gwar, yeah. They were there. I was helping them at photo ops, and they refused to go in the basement because they had to take those costumes off in somebody's office, and that took about 20 minutes.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
No, I have several friends who are pretty into
Those are
Guar in
tornado
college.
proof, aren't they? The Gwar costumes.
you would think, yes.
Right.
But
They're like, I'm safe. It's fine.
It was fun being in the basement with Elvira, Linda Blair, an Annabelle doll, guy who played Twisty the Clown, and some people from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So, and Amy Hara came over on Sunday. So hello, Amy Hara. Thanks for coming over.
If you enjoyed Josh's tornado story, you probably wouldn't enjoy it for the 3rd time today, like we just heard it.
They had merchandise.
That's pretty cool, though. We survived terror, Nate.
Tornado warnings in New England are they're so rare, or at least they used to be. Sounds like
Yes.
that's kind of shifting east and happening more often now.
Climate,
Because it's definitely
Especially when
happening more in North Carolina than it ever did.
climate change.
Especially when they went over the weather
Yep.
data and determined that 5 different tornadoes touched down in that area.
All pretty fairly near, like EF0.
EF1.
Ooh, those can do a little damage.
This is
Yeah,
one
they
thing I
knocked some
didn't have to
trees
worry
down.
about in Washington. It's tornadoes because mountains.
Well, that was my first tornado
Volcanoes.
experience.
Well,
it
you're
was-
a pro
it was
now. The
fun.
first one is the first one is
That's your first one?
different. Yeah, the first one is
That's mine,
different.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's just a
I
Tuesday
remember
around
going
here.
in my basement all the time as a kid in Michigan.
No,
Man,
never had to go to the basement before that. So that was
Huh.
being there with everybody in the convention and all the vendors and all the workers and
Wow,
all the
okay.
celebrities.
I've usually been home.
Kind of fun.
Did you guys not even have like tornado drills in school? You probably didn't.
no,
What?
No,
What?
no fire drills. That's it. Well,
Wow,
'cause,
okay.
okay, I lived in Maine probably a total of like 23 years. I remember one tornado watch.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
we've had them out
And then, like,
further west in
when I-
Massachusetts, like Worcester, but way beyond.
Yeah, and my mom had said that there was one around Lewiston somewhere, like, God, I don't know, 20 or 30 years before that watch. And she was like, don't worry about it, Melanie. It's so rare. I want to say it was before Twister, but when I was old enough to know what a tornado was, because I had, learned about it in school, the weather and stuff, and it just fascinated me. And of
Wow.
course, when we get a tornado watch, it was like, no, what does that mean? Oh, I gotta go hide. But we had a
Well,
basement, so
I've
it's all
lived in
good.
Missouri all of my life, and I have never seen a tornado. However, I did basically drove through one day. I was trying to get home before the weather got to us, and
Mhm.
then I find out later, it was like right there by the highway where you were just driving by. Like, oh, okay.
We've had microbursts, but never a tornado.
Yeah,
So they're
there
rare.
was one that passed over my house, and it didn't touch down right near me. It touched down like 5 miles up the road, but there was one that passed by my house, my old house, like 4 years ago, and somebody 5 miles up the road got video of it, like dash cam video of it, as they were they stopped on the highway, and it just like came through.
Nice.
It looked like a giant, just like rain cloud. You couldn't even really tell it was there.
Oof.
I've never actually seen one, but the closest I've come is when we had a tornado. What is it? Warning is worse than a watch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, warning.
Yeah.
And this
Warning
is
means get in the
when
basement.
my
Watch is
kids
like be
were
vigilant.
Or go
Yeah.
outside and look
Yeah.
at it.
little. So it was right after school, so we went in the basement and we were down there, and then my cat ran upstairs, and so I was like, Akasha. So I ran up, and when I went upstairs, like everything was like pitch black,
Uh-huh.
like it was dark,
Right.
and I was
Ooh.
like,
In the middle of the day.
okay, well, I'm going right back downstairs.
Yes. The
Yeah,
crazy thing was
we had
being in the convention center, though, everybody's phone had the alert go off at the exact minute. We all thought it was the
Mhm.
fire alarm
Right.
at first. So we're all looking at our phones like something's real here.
Yeah, we had one in like March, and Chad and I have 4 cats between us, and we had all 4 of them in the basement. It wasn't easy though, but it got to the point outside where it got so dark, like you said, Mary, and like it stopped raining and the wind stopped, and Chad,
And that's
let's go downstairs. And I was like, you grab Althea, I've got these 2. We just started,
Vroom.
and then I've got 2 of them on the stairs growling at each other. One of them's clawing at the door, the other one's like, just walking around like nothing's wrong. And I'm sitting on the couch going, oh, please don't touch down. This would be awful. But it was
Don't
nothing.
animals have a sixth sense about the weather, though? And they just
Cats don't
They
know
give
something
it
is
up, and I
happening.
think
but also cats don't give a fuck.
they get more freaked out about like really loud thunderstorms than they did about that tornado warning. So that should have been my clue. Like they were fighting us. Like when we were trying to go downstairs, they were like, no. And, I figured if they were scared, they'd be all hunched over.
We want to
if
watch
they
the
weren't.
tornado.
Tonight, we are talking about season 7, episode 22, episode 153 of the series. And the winner is
Bobby's still part of my life. I couldn't marry any man as long as I feel this way.
Are you trying to tell me that you're thinking about going back to Bobby?
You love him, don't you?
I always have, JR.
We're gonna have to fix up this romance of yours.
What does it take to convince you that I want to forget everything that happened?
You said I could have been the father. I was. And I'm sure of it.
There is oil in that track, but you're not gonna get it. You're gonna bankrupt your mama's company and wind up just like your daddy. A drunk and a bum.
written by
Dun,
Arthur
dun, dun.
Bernard Lewis, directed by Nick Havinga, and it aired on March 2nd, 1984. On that date, the number one song in the U.S. was Jump by Van Halen.
Wow.
The number one song in the U.K. was 99 Luftballons by Nena, which not to be confused with 99 Red Balloons, the English version, because I will take a stand that the English version is bullshit and it shouldn't exist. The German version is better. Jawohl. The number one film in the U.S. was Footloose. In the news, the Iran offensive against Iraq fails. Born this day, Elizabeth Jagger. I'm assuming that's Mick Jagger's kid. English model and actress. Famous weddings on today. Tennis player Yannick Noah weds beauty queen Celia Rodhe in Cameroon. I don't know who any of those people are.
Never heard of any of those things or places.
I don't know. Today, Louis Bastille, who was an actor, he played Louis in The Super, and he died at 48. Don't know who that is either.
I know what Bastille Day is.
Yes.
And on Dallas.
And on Dallas, we jumped to number 3 from number 4 in the ratings, and we learned that Mavis is Miss Ellie's best friend. And an interesting thing is that Alice Herson was actually a friend of Barbara Bel Geddes and knew her from her New York days when her then husband wrote for the Philco TV Playhouse.
And the trivia that is from IMDb says, people in glass houses. Ray expresses unforgiving outrage at what Edgar did to Barbara, perhaps self-incriminating himself over his own illicit and unwittingly incestuous love affair with the underage high schooler Lucy in the series' first season. The offshore track auction brought to a close the Edgar Randolph subplot, but actor Martin E. Brooks will return one more time as Edgar at the opening of the 8th season.
Foreshadowing.
But we don't talk about Lucy and Ray's incestuous. So
no, they never bring that up.
We talk about it all the time.
They never do bring that up.
We talk about it.
We're supposed to get it, right?
And the secret origin of Punk and Mavis Anderson is revealed. They were coming off divorces, and Miss Ellie played behind-the-scenes matchmaker in collusion with Jack. Miss Ellie says Mavis was, and presumably still is, her best friend, as is noted in the book. The title of this episode is derived from the presenter's phrase at the annual Academy Awards event, which honors the best movies, actors, and directors of the past year. Beginning in 1989, the phrase was changed to "and the Oscar goes to," but reverted to the original phrase in 2010. Now, IMDb users gave this episode a rating of 7.7 out of 10.
That's pretty high for an episode
I
of
wonder
classic
if
TV.
in the Grammys and the other award shows, like the Emmys, they say, and the winner is, or is it in the Emmy?
I don't really watch award shows because they annoy me.
They're overblown and
I feel like they were more, and I shouldn't say important, but they were more enjoyable back in the day because you saw everything. I mean, you saw the movie. You had to at least have the opportunity to see the movies and the TV shows. Like, even if you didn't watch, I mean, I could name a show that you probably didn't watch in the 80s when you were growing up, but you know what it was, or at least something
because there
about
were just
it.
less things.
Right. And nowadays,
sure.
like, people are always like, oh, have you seen such and such? I'm like, I've never fucking heard of that. What are you talking about? So...
Because there were 3 channels and you didn't have streaming and all this other stuff out there. So,
and I just think a celebrity culture was like different than it is now, and it's more.
I didn't
now.
watch Dynasty growing up, but I knew what it was.
Right. Same. Yeah.
I didn't watch Hill Street Blues, but I knew what that was.
LA Law.
Well, that's the sound of I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah, all those 9 p.m. shows or 10 p.m. shows for you East Coasters. Yeah, it's like
that was Dallas for me.
Yeah.
But I did watch St. Elsewhere, which was Wednesdays at 10. So that theory goes right out the window.
Okay, so we open on South Fork.
Little shaky camera work there on the establishing shot.
Which is kind of nice. So you know it's not a still.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was nice.
Sue Ellen comes down to breakfast in a very nice purple and green outfit, which even Bobby comments on. He tells her she looks really nice. I bet it was from Jenna's shop.
Her poofy hair.
Very poofy hair, yeah.
I have to say these last couple episodes have been a long week because we're still talking about Punk and Mavis's party that's going to be on Saturday night in this episode.
Yeah.
So it's been going for like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I feel like the oil baron. They're talking about the oil baron's ball like it just happened.
Soap opera time is weird,
like,
isn't it? It's easier to
really
understand
is.
time like in Star Trek than it is to understand time in soap operas.
Right. I think yes, 100%. Yeah.
Stardate.
Then how do you account for time when you have the? And how do you account for time when you have the whole summer off and then you have to pick up and we're in the fall, but they're still minutes later.
And then, kids just all of a sudden age like boom.
Right. Especially the daytime ones.
It's not as bad as daytime soap operas, but.
And apparently sometimes they forget their fathers.
Exactly.
After spending summers with them.
And some TV shows forget their children.
Right.
Like Chuck Cunningham goes upstairs and he never comes back.
Family Matters. Lost a child.
Judy, yeah.
Disappeared.
Never saw Judy again.
Or the youngest son on Step by Step
lost a child, yeah.
Who's actually going to be at 90s Con, believe it or not. His first public appearance in about 20 years.
Oh, he did disappear, didn't he?
He did.
Sue Ellen is feeling better, and she thinks that she might go visit Jenna later on, which Bobby bristles at.
You cannot be friends with
What?
Yeah,
right. And she's like, what? And he's like, oh, we're just not seeing each other right now. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, that's...
Since yesterday? All right.
Yes, since she gave him an ultimatum at the pool.
And then JR overhears this, and he's just like, whoa. What's happening? Do not tell me this is permanent. And Bobby's like, I don't know. And he's like, well, come on, we gotta figure this out because Jenna's perfect for you.
But JR,
I was just like, I gotta figure this out myself. Do you want to talk about it? And he's like, no, not really. I need a minute.
Why don't you leave town while the auction's going on?
Yeah, why don't you jump on a plane to the Caribbean? Because that's what you do when you need to sort things out in your head.
Oh, and
take the jet.
Company jet. Have we mentioned a company jet with Ewing Oil before this?
No, they must have just gotten
there's been helicopters or software helicopters, but a jet?
There was that tiny little plane that they crashed when JR and Bobby were on it that first time.
Did they replace that?
Right, but that's not a jet.
That's not a jet or a company plane.
Well, the company's moving on it.
Yeah.
A jet.
To the
George
east side.
Jefferson never had a jet.
Right?
He had Wheezy.
And so Bobby leaves, and then everyone thinks it's weird that JR is concerned. And then, including Swellen, who's like, what the hell are you doing? Why do you care? And he's just like, you don't understand. I love my brother, and I blah, 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 which I think is actually true. I mean, it's also very convenient for him, but.
Yeah, it is. And I hate when he uses that.
Yeah, right. Because he doesn't.
His Mr. Family Man stuff gives me the ick sometimes.
Right. That's a red flag that you need to throw.
He wants
up
Bobby to be happy, but he wants him to be happy on his terms, right?
He wants him to be happy without pain.
He wants him to be happy with Jenna.
Bobby's caught on.
Yeah.
Bobby's caught on. Bobby's like, what the, why do you care, dude? Bug off.
Yeah.
But he said he's not
I'm
going.
I'm going to go visit my son.
I'm going to see the chili baby.
Got a cold.
With the cold. Yes, I'm not going to the Caribbean.
A random cold that everyone's really concerned about for some reason.
A random cold that affects his vocabulary.
He has whooping cough.
He has whooping cough and no voice.
So then we go to Pam's because we know Bobby's headed to Pam's. So the doorbell rings. And so we're expecting, at least I was expecting it to be Bobby. But surprise, it's Cliff.
Very impatient Cliff.
Oh my God, he's got ants in his pants this whole episode.
Can we mention that
he's got a stick up his ass?
Pam and the chili baby are playing with the lids off of puzzle boxes is what it looks like those little, 20-piece puzzles.
He's building a house. No,
that's
not the scene.
With the lids of puzzle boxes, yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing? And he doesn't say anything. She's like, oh, you're building a house. I'm like, he was definitely
does not speak.
That.
House.
Yeah.
Apparently, this cold has affected his speaking ability, which
we wonder
really
why he was replaced.
Yes,
I think we see why. Sorry, Tyler.
Paging Joshua Harris.
As a chili baby doctor, I can tell you that child was not sick. His mother was using him as an excuse to get Bobby to come.
Right. Yes.
You have a very plausible theory there.
Because
And I thought the blocks looked like nesting blocks that you put the smaller one and the bigger one and the bigger one. That's what I interpreted.
They kind of did, yeah.
So take a closer look.
Cliff comes over and he's really impatient and he's like, hey, have you made a decision? Because time, this is upon us. We have to put in the bid, blah, blah, blah. And Pam's just like, I don't know. And he's like, well, you can't make a decision for yourself anymore? And she's like, my son is sick.
Clearly.
And he's like, what? And he's like, he looks fine to me.
Cliff Barnes, Uncle of the Year award. Uncle of the Year award.
Cliff, honestly.
Dude.
Because the kid is fine.
Right.
He's so out of pocket.
And so then she's just like, fine, if you need an answer now, it's going to be no. Which
He's
Cliff
fine, except the actor needs to be replaced.
No, he's
can't.
And he sulks.
Yeah, Cliff can't believe it. He's like, what?
What did you think she was going to be like? Yes, fine.
And so then he starts yelling at her.
His approach sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It really, he doesn't, he
You
has
catch
no
more
like
bees with honey
ability
than
to
vinegar,
put himself
Cliff.
in other people's positions at all.
Right, Cliff, you catch more bees with honey than vinegar.
You
So
catch bees with
let's,
honey?
He doesn't.
I thought it was
It's
flies.
so weird.
It's-
Like
it's
he
some
and JR
expression I
are
heard.
I
both
think it's flies.
narcissists, but Cliff has
He's
more
made
redeeming
fun.
qualities.
Right. Sometimes.
Like, yeah.
Like
sometimes.
because Cliff doesn't do it on purpose. I guess it's weird because like Cliff doesn't
He's like
do
the
the bad things
anti-hero.
on purpose. JR goes out of his way to be a
JR
dick.
goes out of his way to do bad things on
And then
purpose. Yes.
And Cliff just is completely clueless.
He's just so
He has
perturbed
no-
by this whole thing that when he sees Bobby, he's like, what are you doing here on a weekday?
right.
like,
And he's just like,
huh?
I've come
Not
to
that it's
visit
any
my
of your
6 months.
business.
I have a chili
Yeah.
baby here.
Yes, my chili baby.
Oh,
my God.
Beans or without
to
beans.
enjoy all this.
Chili baby.
Who, by the way, the
So
doctor
then-
said he's fine. He's yeah. There's
Right.
no
and
cold.
he comes over
There
there
was-
and how is he? Oh yeah, he's better.
There's no cold. There was never a cold.
Didn't you just tell Cliff he was sick? What are you doing? What? Anyway.
Where are you going with this whole thing? You're
So we-
caught.
We cut to Jenna, who's very pouty and still in her pajamas and her robe in her house
House kept.
for house school.
Poor Jenna.
And when the doorbell rings and she's like, okay, oh, thank God, Bobby.
Bobby.
And she opens the door and it said trombone JR.
I was shocked it wasn't Naldo.
I actually thought it was going
That's
to
what I
be
was expecting.
Naldo to be it.
But then it's like,
Perfectly
that makes
honest.
sense. Now we know why that we had that first scene with JR.
Right.
So that he could come stick his nose in.
And I mean, usually I thought that this was actually for JR being at a door, like unexpectedly. Usually people are horrified and like, what the,
Jenna was pleasantly surprised. And I was,
she was just like, and then he still complains like, usually people would be a little bit more excited to see me. And I'm like, are they now? No.
She's one of the few that hasn't really been affected by any of his schemes yet. So
She has not. I mean, I feel like JR and Jenna actually get
he's
along,
kind of
which is probably
kind
one of the
an
reasons
ally.
people don't like her.
Because she's not Pam.
Right.
Well, yeah, but I think he's always liked her even before Pam.
She's not that
you know?
Barnes woman.
He grew up with her.
Yeah.
So he knows who she is and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, you just look like you just lost your best friend. And she's like, like, oh, okay. So she explains what happened and with the whole thing. Yeah, well, Naldo came back and he's Charlie's father. And then JR is like, oh, well, you fooled me. And then she's like, yeah, well, I guess I fooled Bobby too. And then
Let him believe that he could be her father, which again, reinforcing the whole, well, that bit with Morgan Fairchild didn't happen.
right.
And you don't remember
And
that.
then-
JR finds the timing a little suspicious.
Yeah. And then he's just like, also, like, my brother is that bothered that the kid isn't his. And she's like, well, yeah. I didn't say that it was his, but, I guess by default, he thought I kind of let him believe it. And he considers that
like,
lying.
she had to, I'm like, really, JR? She has to spell it out for you. You know how your brother is.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah.
Sanctimonious
He's
Bobby.
righteous. Yes.
He's very righteous.
God.
Anyway, so JR is like, I don't know, this stinks to me. The timing is too, and then Jenna's like, who would care? And he's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna look into it.
I'm going to play matchmaker.
Yeah. And he said, if anyone was ever meant to be a Ewing, it's you. And then there's cut to me staring into the horizon and screaming like a banshee. Anyway.
And scene. No.
And scene. Pam, Christopher, and Bobby are in an ice cream
This sick
shop.
child having ice cream.
They're rewarding him for getting better by giving him a strawberry ice cream cone.
Does that work?
I'm assuming a strawberry. It's pink.
How long did it take him to memorize his one line in there? Mommy.
Yeah.
Right. And like nobody else is having ice cream but this
Was
kid.
it dubbed
and
in?
the ice cream is like as big as his head. And he has a pretty big head.
Yeah. Large.
And then he's like, Bobby's like, you're not going to have ice cream? And then we get this whole like, I can't eat ice cream because of my figure. And I'm
Aerobics
like,
Pam.
Ugh,
Well, you can
gross.
go back to your carrot sticks next week.
80s diet culture. And then he asks how she is.
Pam, you can go back to your exercise studio that you forgot about. And
Right.
work
Remember
it
that?
off.
And then she kind of vomits her whole thing about Mark/porn staff.
Right.
And then Bobby's just like, I think you want my advice. Like, I'm not the person.
I wouldn't give him an answer,
then
so he
she's
just
like-
left the country.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this to you. And I'm like,
Yep.
girl.
Wouldn't that be nice if
Of
things
course,
just
you
weren't
do
going
not
your
have that
way?
relationship with him.
Things weren't going your way. Just, you know what? I'm just going to take a flight to another country. I'm not liking life right now.
Unnamed country.
Privilege.
I don't like
And
this
then
world.
Christopher cockblocks the whole
Porn
situation
stash.
by dropping his
Yeah,
ice
he's
cream.
like, I don't like this.
Mhm.
And then Bobby's like, I'll just get you another one.
I know, and I can tell you, I remember this scene because of that.
Right.
Like, the kid drops his ice cream, and then his dad offers to buy
Yeah,
him
fuck
another
that. You
ice
need to
cream.
live with
Like,
your mistake and
what
learn
the
from
fuck?
it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
in my house, like, that means you're
Yeah.
done. Not only you do not get more ice cream, but you can't be trusted to have ice
You're
cream, so we're
going
not going to buy it for you again.
Home
for a
and
while.
going to your room and think about what you've done.
Right. Like, what kind of wonderland does this kid live in?
But mommy and I are going to
Privilege.
eat. Mommy and I are going to eat ice cream in front of you just to rub it in.
Right. Yeah. 80s
We're-
parenting in my
And we're
house.
going to each get a banana split.
Okay. Ewing oil night.
Ewing oil night. Edgar. For the first time, I think, is this? No, I guess it's not the first time he's been to JR's office.
No,
Yeah.
JR keeps forcing him to come to the office. And then every time Edgar's like,
Yeah.
I don't like being here.
It's either the office or the Blue
They've
Restaurant.
been
as they
eating at
call
the
it.
they've been meeting at the Blue Restaurant where Edgar refuses to
Uh-huh.
eat with him. Right. The old lady brunch
Right.
place, which we will see in a minute.
Although they were in cocktails a couple times.
Oh, they were in cocktails a couple times. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But he's got the bids for the Gold Canyon tract.
Yeah.
So Barnes hasn't bid yet. JR wants to
So
let me know as soon as he does so I can put my bid in.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
it's like, yeah, fine, I'll keep doing it.
And we'll learn later what those bids are.
I should have paid attention
Yeah.
to the title of the episode because I was not expecting that to just happen so fast. Like the way they drag the storyline out, it's going to be like 3 more episodes before we actually find out. And then
Right.
the
Right.
actual
It's-
auction.
it's been a while.
Whoa, okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're moving
It's
fast
finally
now.
happening.
You have to move into the last arc of the season now,
Yeah.
so we have to speed things up.
We're getting
So
there.
now we're with Clayton and Ellie, and they are dining with Punk and Mavis to celebrate their 25th anniversary coming up
25th.
this weekend.
Which has been
I
coming
did
up for
not
several
know.
episodes.
I did not know they were both previously married to other people.
And that's, we get the whole
Marriage
backstory
orgy?
about how Jock and Ellie, like, match made.
Yeah. Ellie was like, I totally put him up to it because Mavis and Punk were both like, oh, yeah, I had just gotten over my divorce. Like, literally, both of them were like, blah, 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 my divorce, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't going to go with the intention of meeting anybody. And Jock and Ellie were like, bet.
Right. Except we
Between
were
Jay-
totally planning that. So,
Between JR wanting to push Bobby and Jenna together and this backstory, we could probably call this the matchmaker episode.
yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's fair.
Yes.
And so then Punk asks about, hey, what about your wedding? Have you set a date? They have not. But they've decided it's going to be a small wedding.
Ellie wants Jessica there.
Mm-hmm.
She wants just the families, and she's like, I want I want Dusty and his wife, which is going to be awkward, and your sister. I feel
Clayton
like
is like not he's like lukewarm about Jessica. He was like, there's something there.
he's just like, she's not going to come.
She's not
He
going to
doesn't seem too bothered by it because he doesn't
He's like,
think.
oh, come on.
Yeah, he doesn't think she's going to.
Yeah.
So he doesn't seem
Yeah.
too
Yeah,
bothered
he's like,
by
she's
it.
not
He
gonna
actually
come. And I was
believes.
Like, nah, she's
she
not
might
interested,
show up.
basically, is what he's going to say.
Right.
He's like, I was like, give me her address. I'm going to be her pen pal, and she's going to come. And he's like, okay, sure. He's
Sure, why not?
It's not going to happen.
I'll let you contact her so she can turn you down, and then we can move.
Right.
And then, like Will Kane, they're like, should we have more wine? And
Right.
gets
And
another
they're like,
bottle of
yeah,
wine. Yeah.
Let's drink wine. And then Ellie's like, and then I'll have champagne.
Yeah.
So they're going to, I guess, the rest
Fancy.
split that one bottle.
Fancy.
Yeah. Tails. So, it's a secret meeting.
Clandestine.
Flip and Sly meeting at cocktails.
Uh-huh.
She has the bids.
Oh my gosh. Cocktails.
She has the bids. And the
She
high,
does.
you laugh at that, but I have seen places that are just literally the name of the bar is not, and you probably have too, because Melanie's nodding. So yeah, the name of the bar is not visible on the building. It has a name. We have a place here near, it was called Brothers, and nowhere on the building does it say Brothers. It just says bar in the window.
My hometown has so many bars because it's
Bar.
an old logging town.
Yeah.
So there's a lot like
I gotta
that.
stop at gas and head over to bar.
Right, exactly. Because nobody cares.
The store.
The store, yeah. Anyway, Fly has the bids. She says the highest
There's
is
a high of
153. The lowest
53?
was, what was it? 103?
105.
105 was the lowest. 153 is the highest. JR plans to bid 155 million, according to her.
And there's the Texas Rangers banner behind them that ends up on John Ross's wall.
That keeps moving around, yeah. You think maybe they had two of those? They might just be moving it around.
Probably. Yeah.
But anyway, so he grills her about why she doesn't have copies of the bids, and she gives us the excuses for, he couldn't make copies. Edgar's got the only. He just wrote down or he spoke the totals to JR, and JR had me type it up, but he was watching me, so I couldn't make a copy of it. But then Cliff buys the story, and now he's working out in his head. How am I going to top JR's offering? It's clearly bothering him. Like, how am I going to, cheap old Cliff? Like, this was his plan all along, was to outbid JR.
He's like, this is so much money.
And it's like, that's a lot. So the number is actually hitting him, and that's a lot of Chinese food. So
it is.
Yes.
Indeed. So then we cut to Pam's, where Catherine arrives to visit in a bright red romper.
Romper. But you know what? If anybody's going to pull that off, I mean, she's just got the.
It's Catherine.
I mean, yeah, she could have been.
She can pull off anything.
She could have been Cruella de Vil. She kind of is the Cruella de Vil of this show. She can wear just about anything. It just works because she's such a villain.
I can see it.
Yeah.
So fantastic.
But Pam's avoiding Cliff.
Right. Ugh, yeah. And then she tells her that she had a great day hanging out with Bobby.
Everybody has a great day hanging out with
Catherine's
Bobby.
like, what?
Everybody.
You can just tell, like, Catherine's face is like,
Mm-hmm.
are you fucking kidding me? Like, I spent all this time with Naldo getting to break up with Jenna, and he's immediately back with, are you fucking kidding me?
Why doesn't Bobby want to hang out with me?
Right. What about me?
There's a point where you need to stop being a fucking psycho and move on, because he's just not that into you.
Girl, right. He's just not. It happens, So anyway, so she can't believe, she's like, wait, are you saying, because she's like not sure what to tell Pornstache Mark. And she's like, wait, are you saying that you would consider going back to Bob? And she's like, well, yeah, if it wasn't for Jenna, I'd consider it.
Catherine has already put in motion the wheels to getting rid of Jenna. Well, crap, maybe I need, God, what am I doing?
I like seeing her 404 error in real time. Like, hide the panic, hide the crazy. Yeah, it's like Morgan Brittany has those crazy eyes, though, that like they're so they're so into the moment. You're just like, she became Catherine.
Which she modeled after the evil queen, apparently.
And also, like, why? So Pam was all of a sudden like, maybe I'll go back to Bobby. Why? Nothing has changed. All of your issues, they're all the same issues. Nothing's changed.
Just because you had a nice day having ice cream doesn't mean your marriage is...
Now you want him.
Well, isn't that the nostalgia that sucked Sue Ellen back in with JR every time?
Right. Yeah.
The good times, that somehow outweighed all of the bad.
JR was a little more actively...
In their case.
He was actively pursuing her, whereas Bobby's not pursuing. He's just dumb and let's all hang out with our child. JR was like doing all those things. Like, he was schmoozing.
It's a little different, but
you're right.
His approach.
There's two people that are still obviously carrying the torch for each other.
They're carrying a torch, but the problems that
then there's
the reason they got divorced are still there. And I think the only thing that's changed for Pam is sex things, because she knows that he's sleeping with Jenna, and she and Mark finally did it. And I don't think it was everything she expected. I think there was a lot of tension that got in the way, and it did not result in what she wanted. So
she didn't have the climax that she wanted.
Mark is not taking care of business. Pretty obvious.
Pornstache, you're not living up to your name.
Came up a bit short.
I mean, if he's asked this woman to marry him like 7 times and she says no, and he sleeps with her for the first time, and like everything is suddenly wrong and she needs time to think and all this other stuff. Dude, again, you, just like Catherine, move on.
I think that goes back to just how the whole thing was started. Like, he was actively pursuing her while she was, yes, they were having issues, but she was married, still living at South Fork. And I think that all weighs into how she feels about it. Like that hasn't gone away. So that's still there. Right. And so it doesn't feel right to us as the viewer or to her.
Oh, totally.
So it's really good writing, even though they don't have to spell that out.
Right.
And Bobby goes in saying that it's good for Christopher to see his parents can spend some time together with him and see a unified family for his sake.
Yeah, which it is. I feel like most parents in the 80s didn't realize that yet. They were divorced.
No, a lot of divorces were contentious, and it was very rare that you saw.
Co-parenting was cool to see.
Yeah, right. Yes.
And it was very rare that you saw parents having a peaceful divorce and a nice coexistence after for the sake of the children.
I know divorced and split up couples who like have full on like birthday parties and stuff for all their kids, and they all like attend. They all hang out together. Right. It's crazy. Right.
Totally. And I think that it's a direct result of their own parents having shitty relationships after a divorce. They realize like, okay, we need to not mess up our kids this way.
Even before Bruce Willis got sick, he always had still had a great relationship with Demi Moore and their families together, and they did birthdays together and stuff, just like you were talking
I didn't know that they were divorced. Oh, yes, I did, because she went with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. But it's just peaceful coexistence, which makes more sense, people. Put your egos aside for the sake of the children.
So Cliff is low-key freaking out.
Chomping on some Chinese hors d'oeuvres again, so we have to drink.
Oh, yeah.
What's everybody drinking?
I'm drinking some pineapple ginger hard kombucha. It's actually pretty good.
Say that 10 times fast.
Dr. Pepper and cream soda.
I have some.
2025. One of my favorites.
That was a very good year, wasn't it?
What was that, Melanie? Sorry.
Lake James Rind by Fontaflora. I actually put a little tahini and Valentina on it, made a Mexican ashtray. It's pretty good.
Sounds made up.
It's just a little lager.
Cool. So Afton is trying to help Cliff.
She offers to make him dinner, as she should.
Yeah.
Are you saying she's doing her womanly duties?
She can tell he's freaking out. She's like, okay, what can I do? And Cliff was just like, he won't let her do anything. But instead of Afton, he decides he needs to talk to his boyfriend, Porn Stash.
Porn Stash.
Maybe Mark can make him a sandwich.
Maybe.
Or loan him $157 million.
Right. The bromance.
He calls, but Mark's not it.
He's losing his mind. He just cannot figure out how. I mean, does he have the money? Well, obviously he does. Can he part with it?
Right. But yeah, I think it's like the large chunk of all of his money. Yeah. And
he's
so
already
he's suddenly losing his shit. And he's just like, okay, I need a
Porn Stash already said no. So I don't know what the point of even trying to call it. Cliff will beg and grovel.
Maybe he'll change his mind.
He does.
Why?
Catherine, why don't you run off with Porn Stash and leave everybody alone?
Why do you continually do this?
Let Bobby and Pam and Jenna work their shit out, and you and Mark could.
There you go.
Or maybe
Mark loves Pam.
Yeah. This was before thruples, so we couldn't have Pam and Jenna and Bobby in one.
It's easy for us to sit here at our ages and be like, why don't you just get the fuck over it, right? Like, remember young love, right? And be like devastated when something wasn't going to work out. And be like, life is over.
Totally.
Right?
Are you kidding? Yeah.
I mean,
and then you look at young people that have those problems and you're like, there are 5 trillion people out there that you can be with. Get over that one dumb girl.
I mean, anyway.
Melanie being younger, maybe she's not quite there yet, but you'll get there. You'll look at kids like,
what?
Nose hairs hanging out.
Yep. There's always a reason. Yep.
Cheers to Chad for waking up. Getting your shit together.
To Chad.
Wake him up before you go.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
I think we need to drink in this next scene because there's a phrase that is
we definitely do.
Yes.
Ray and Donna get home and then they have a whole conversation about Edgar because Donna is just like hardcore, like super apologetic about the whole like, no, we should just get over the fact that he was a pedophile. It's totally fine. And Ray's like,
you just think I'm a dumb cowboy.
Right.
Yeah. But what does he say? He's like, I don't know all those psychological words or whatever, but this is where I disagree with Donna. Like, you don't have to let bygones be bygones. If it makes Ray uncomfortable, then let him sit with it.
Right.
Like,
he gets to have that feel like
he gets to have that feeling because I mean that's a very, in my opinion, that's a very, very unforgivable thing. And the fact that the survivor like was so about it after all those years, it was just like
weird.
Not everybody, most people are not going to be able to get to that level of kumbaya. So,
and most of the people who would be like that are in active denial that it happened. Yes. I mean, just being like, no, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Everything's fine.
And pedophiles, that is a thing that they have kind of proven that's not a thing that you really can get better from. Like, you can't really go through therapy.
There's not really,
there's not really something for that.
It's a personality disorder, I think, kind of like the other ones that there aren't cures for, sociopathy and all that shit.
Oh my God. Now I got to look that up. Fuck.
No amount of treatment will fix
How do you spell that?
Right.
Right, get your dictionary.
What'd you say?
And I only know this because of the amount of true crime I listen to.
Your Google dictionary.
People.
Like, being a murderer is more recoverable. Like, you can come back from that more than being a pedophile.
That's what I've been telling people.
Anyway, anyway, she has some apologetic pedophile BS.
Of course, as viewers, we all
it is such the patriarchy, though.
Yeah,
oh my God, like it really is. Yeah, no, seriously though, dude, it's like that is like an unforgivable thing to me. But anyway,
no, I agree with you. I agree with Ray in this scene. Like, totally understand.
He's not a dumb
totally
cowboy.
Understand.
He gets to have his feelings.
His viewpoint,
right? And we have to drink because he said dumb cowboy.
Right.
So.
Drink.
Oh, God.
I can also see Donna's viewpoint of not letting a person's worst deed be the definition of their existence.
Also, it's really hard when that's a friend that you've known for a
and
really long time.
You've known this guy for a long time as a friend, and now you're just now learning that this one thing happened a long time ago, and you weren't there. Yeah, I love this that they took. This scene is longer, I think, than any other scene in the show, and the scene that comes after this in Edgar's office. Both those scenes are long scenes. They took time to be very careful with this subject. And it's not overcooked. Yeah, they don't just like, we should all just get over it. They take time to allow the audience to kind of settle it in their mind. At least back then, maybe it's a little different now. But, you know, that this person isn't.
If you're an audience member, that
maybe not pure evil, because we still need to be on Edgar's side with the whole JR thing.
Right.
So.
Right.
And of course, if you're an audience member that remembers what Ray and Lucy were doing, then you're sitting there going to yourself, oh.
Right,
well,
which is like maybe part of his issue, Ray's issue.
The fact that they managed to make a pedophile sympathetic on this show, it blows my mind.
Right.
Blows my mind.
It's the 80s, so.
Yeah.
Long before any of the Me Too stuff, so.
Well, I mean,
that came way too late.
Yes.
But I digress.
Yeah. So anyway, Donna decides she's just going to talk to him.
Wow.
She wants to help. So she calls.
This is a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea. And so she's just like, hey, I know about that thing. Can I talk? And he's like, no. In fact, stay out of my life. Bye.
Like, why? Why?
Yeah. Why would you bring that up on the phone?
That is not the thing you call up and talk to somebody on the phone about. Like, that's very much an in-person, hey, I think we should talk about this thing.
I heard you sexually assaulted somebody in Maryland.
Like, she made it sound like, hey, yeah, I'm going to have a conversation with you over the phone about how you committed this crime years and years and years ago. Like,
what she should have done is said,
to your victim?
She shouldn't have said what she wanted to talk about. She said, can Ray and I come in and see you tomorrow for some...
She definitely should have.
Who wrote this episode again?
Maybe.
Arthur Bernard Lewis.
Sir.
A man with 3 names.
What were you smoking that week?
Some of Larry
Hagman's
Hagman's
find their way out of that scene.
All over probably.
They had to find their way out of the scene.
Whoa.
I like how when she calls and the secretary... Like how when she calls and the secretary answers and Donna goes, is he in? Can I talk to him? It's just like, she doesn't say, can I talk to Edgar? Just... Let me talk to him.
Oh, yeah, because she's got pull. She's got weight, you know? So then we got to
out of character for Donna. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. But, yeah. Honestly, it seems like something Pam would do.
Does.
That's
interesting.
Actually, I've been thinking about that because as I said that we need to be on Edgar's side in this whole thing with him and JR. Do we? Or we maybe like, you know what? Maybe it's okay that JR is screwing with him because of what happened in the past.
Well, JR seems to, he in his mind, we'll talk about a little bit, completely flips the whole narrative to be the good guy. So It's how you look at it.
I love it because I love it. I just think it's
This
classic
one-
JR. Like, yeah, he's blackmailing somebody. He's going to fuck him over. He's going to fuck over multiple
You know
people.
what?
Quick's going to get in the ass again. Yes.
So I wish I
With
had
some Ewing oil
watched
lube.
Dallas. I wish I had seen Dallas at least 2 years before. I was brand new to college. I was taking this awesome philosophy class, and this whole like dynamic here between Edgar and JR and which one is like more dastardly and like who's an apologist for what, that would have made a great debate, like a great topic of discussion. Just like, hey, watch this episode, like here.
Which train track should we be on?
Yeah, exactly. And then, discuss.
And we hope that we don't know any people like this in our real life. Any of these people.
Because
I know.
even in prison, they have a code. If you commit a crime against a child like that, you're scum. Among the scum.
Right. I was recently talking to my friend about this because she was like, why do you think that is? And I'm like, because I feel like a lot of people in prison don't consider themselves bad people. They're in prison for life circumstances, or like they had to do something, whereas like they consider themselves separate from someone who would hurt a child on purpose.
Like even murderers are like, well, he had a comma, whatever. Or
but a kid?
Yeah, you've hurt a kid.
Right. That's hard to.
That's crossing the line. That's like the line is drawn there.
Any sex crimes, I think, are
they're not good. Not good.
I mean, I don't know. We could interview some people.
So we go to the auction.
Boom! Like all
the major players are there.
It's auction day at the federal building.
Auction. Yeah, today's weird that Donna and Ray are there,
and a whole bunch of people.
They are.
And JR doesn't even notice.
There are 5 people.
We don't know that he
companies bidding, and there are a lot of people. Are they all press?
The cartel is there.
I thought it was interesting that it looks like they did the bids in the order they were received instead of like lowest to highest. But
they did bounce up and down.
That's where we find out that Ewing Oil has bid the lowest at 103, and Cliff has won at $157 million.
Isn't that somewhat suspicious?
That's a lot of money.
Very suspicious
for 1984.
Yeah, very suspicious that we had
is.
3 bids so close together, and Cliff's came in last. It just happened to be $2 million more than. And it's not like it was one.
Well, actually, $4 million more.
$4 million.
Because,
no, that's right. Because he told. That's right. Oh, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. There's only 2 bids.
Yeah,
You're
Sly
right.
told her.
He told
155. Sly told him 155.
He bid 157. You're right. You're right. Never mind.
Sly said JR's bid was going to be 155.
Okay, not so suspicious. Never mind.
Over the 153.
Got wrong in my head.
And then you get JR.
Don't be suspicious.
Then you get JR way lowball in there, 103.
Yeah. Right.
Insulating himself for his explanation in the next scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So then Ray and Donna go in to talk to Edgar, and they're just like, hey, dude, sorry. We meant well. We thought JR was blackmailing you. And so that's why we were like trying to help. But I guess, it's fine. And he's like, no, it's not.
But last night,
It was all true.
but like, it's funny because last night on the phone, he tells him like, fuck off. Right. And then they show up at his office and he's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like, huh?
I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, no reaction. Okay.
That struck me as very odd itself. I'm going, wait a minute. He could have said to us, no, I don't want to see them. Tell them to go away.
Right. I told you. I done told you.
Then he goes through some long
Stay out of my life.
psychiatric explanation that makes no sense at all.
Right.
They stuck me in this place, but there was no psychiatric care. So it was like a care.
No psychiatric
chair. I know how to talk.
The chairman of the psychiatric court was not there.
He received no care in the chair over there.
Yeah.
Or the bed.
So they just stuck him
In
in
his hair.
the building, and he just like slept it off. And then later he got psychiatric help and saw a therapist.
Later he was like, I feel like I want to do this again.
Yeah, I'm
so
awful.
then he got his own help.
It
Okay.
makes no sense, but okay.
And it took him, 5 years or something of therapy?
I think that was to show like it was his idea. It wasn't his parent. Like he was the one. It was to make him more sympathetic.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trying to make the pedophile
Clearly they did not
sympathetic.
do their homework on anything to do with
Nope.
psychiatrics here.
Nope. Right.
Psychiatrics in their chairs.
This is the Dallas special episode.
I'm never speaking
special
again.
special episode equivalent of when
Oh, it's okay.
different strokes when Dudley goes to the bicycle shop.
The very special episode of Dallas.
Enjoy the rapport.
You just
With
see
a
Larry
guest appearance.
Hagman come on screen afterwards. Hey.
With
This
With a
has
guest
happened to you.
appearance.
Here's a number.
If you suspect,
with a guest appearance by
I mean, his career was like pretty much over after that, right?
Ridiculous.
to the end of oblivion.
So ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. But I also I wanted to be there.
Here-
I understand that was on the set. That wasn't at the actual house, but I wanted to be there for that. I want to see.
Oh my God.
We need
I
to
actually-
recreate
let me
that
see.
next time.
I
What,
have
the sparkler?
Yes.
Let me see.
And before we wrap, I'll do the birthdays. I wanted to hold them over just because.
Okay, you do the birthdays while
right.
I can have some screen grabs.
Okay, Annabelle Schofield, September 4th. She is 62. She played Laurel Ellis. Kenneth Kimmins, who I believe played one of the McLeish brothers, it may have been Thornton, 41, September 4th. So that's 84. On September 7th, 1991, and I used to call him Ben Pizza, but it's Piazza, who played Walt Driscoll, died. Julie Gonzalo turned 44 on September 9th. Peyton E. Park, who had some minor roles on the show, died September 9th, 2008. Linda Gray is going to be 85 on Friday the 12th. 2 days later, her sister there, Mary Crosby, is going to be 66.
Happy birthday to the Shepherd sister.
Yes. Shalane McCall is going to be 53 on the 16th.
Thank you,
So,
everyone,
take
for
care of
joining us. Next time, we will be talking about Season 7, Episode 23, Episode 154 of the series, Fools Rush In.
Directed by our late friend, Michael Priest.
Oh,
That's a key line. From
so until
Elvis.
then, we'll see you later. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
And as a tribute to Polly Holiday, who just died from Alice, kiss my grits.
gotta
Y'all
go.
come
I'm
back
sorry.
now, you hear?
Bye, y'all. Have a good night.
The Ewing Barbecue Podcast is a Stitches creative production. Produced, edited, and graphic design by Mary Louise Hutter. That's me. Social media by Josh Eilberg and Brad Mulholland. Our South Fork expert and behind-the-scenes helper is Jana Tim. Please check out our website, ewingbbq.com, for all things Dallas and Ewing barbecue related. Copyright 2025. Sit, Bella Lugosi, sit. Good duck.